I'm Kristen, 60. I'm sitting in my kitchen, holding a small silver bracelet that I recognize immediately. It's the one I gave my son, Ethan, for his 16th birthday, engraved with my son, my pride, my joy on the inside. I haven't seen it in years, and I'd assumed he'd outgrown it or lost it. But he'd kept it all this time, even when his wife, Lily, was poisoning him against me. It's been 7 days since I found out that Ethan was buried, and I still don't know where. I've spent these 7 days calling funeral homes, cemeteries, anyone who might have information. I haven't slept, and I haven't eaten. I'm sitting at my kitchen table, staring at a list of cemeteries I've already called twice, when my phone rings. Hello. I answer, my voice hoarse. What the hell are you doing to my life? Lily's voice explodes through the phone, so loud I have to hold it away from my ear. I'm too shocked to respond at first. This isn't the composed, cold woman who informed me of my son's death. This is someone panicked, desperate, unraveling. Lily, what are you talking about? I finally managed to say. Don't play dumb with me, Kristen. I know what you're doing. The lawyers, the questions, the investigation. Just stop. I sit up straighter. What lawyers? What investigation? I don't know what you mean. The probate lawyer called me this morning. Apparently, there's some issue with Ethan's will. Some complication they need to discuss with me. They want me to come in tomorrow with documentation about our marriage, our finances, everything. A will. Ethan had a will. And somehow I'm involved. The thought hadn't even occurred to me. I've been so focused on just finding out where he was buried that I hadn't considered practical matters like estates and inheritances. I still don't understand what this has to do with me. I say carefully. Stop lying. Her voice cracks. And for the first time since I've known you, you sound genuinely afraid.
You must have contacted them.
You must have. I don't know. Contested something or claimed something or… Lily, I haven't contacted any lawyers. I don't even know who Ethan's lawyer was. I've been trying to find out where you buried my son, and you won't even tell me that much. There's silence on the other end, then quietly, Riverside Cemetery, Section C, Plot 247. The information I've been desperate for, given to me like an afterthought. I write it down with shaking hands. Thank you, I whisper. Don't thank me yet. Her voice is getting that hard edge back. Look, Kristen, I think we need to talk in person. There are things about Ethan. Things you don't understand. What things? Not over the phone. Can you come over today? I look at the address I've written down. Riverside Cemetery. After 7 days of not knowing, I can finally go to my son. But Lily's panic is intriguing. What has spooked her so badly? I'll come over after I visit the cemetery. No. The word comes out sharp, desperate. Before, come here first, please, Kristen. It's important. There's something in her voice I've never heard before. Vulnerability, maybe even fear. After all these years of being shut out, now she needs me. The irony isn't lost on me. I'll be there in an hour. As I drive to Lily's house, I can't help but think about how things got to this point. Ethan was my whole world. His father left when he was 8, and it was just the two of us for so many years. We were a team. But then he met Lily. She was beautiful, smart, and charming. At first, I was happy for him. But as time went on, I started to notice that something was wrong. Ethan stopped calling, stopped visiting. Every time I tried to make plans with him, Lily had a reason why it wasn't a good time. I remember the day of Ethan's wedding. It was supposed to be the happiest day of his life, but instead, it was the first time I felt like an outsider in my own son's life. 3 days before the wedding, Ethan called me and said, "Mom, I need to talk to you about the seating arrangements. Lily thinks it might be better if you sat in the second row instead of the front." I tried to keep my voice light, understanding. "Honey, I'm the mother of the groom. I know. It's just Lily's family is bigger, and they've been planning this for months. Her grandmother needs to sit up front because of her wheelchair." "Of course," I interrupted. "I don't want to be the difficult mother-in-law. Whatever makes Lily happy." But it stung. And looking back now, it was the first of many small concessions that added up to complete exclusion. After the wedding, things only got worse. I'd call Ethan, and he'd always be busy. I'd suggest visiting, and Lily would always have an excuse. Ethan's exhausted from work, she'd say. He's been working so hard for that promotion. Maybe when things calm down. Or, oh, I wish you'd called yesterday. We just made plans with my college friends. Maybe next weekend. And my favorite, Ethan's been feeling a bit overwhelmed lately. The doctor said he needs to reduce stress. Family visits can be so draining, can't they? Family visits. As if seeing his own mother was a burden instead of a joy. I try so hard to give them space, to be the understanding mother-in-law, but it felt like I was losing my son. And I let it happen. I was so afraid of being the overbearing mother-in-law that I accepted every boundary, every limitation, every excuse. I pull up to Lily's house and take a deep breath. I'm not sure what to expect, but I know I'm ready for answers. When Lily opens the door, she looks like a different person. Her usually perfect hair is pulled back in a messy ponytail. Her face is pale and drawn, and she's wearing wrinkled clothes that look like she's slept in them. "Come in," she says, stepping aside. "Do you want coffee? I just made some." The politeness feels forced, desperate. I follow her into the kitchen, where I've never been welcome before. The counters are cluttered with papers, legal documents scattered everywhere. "Lily, what's going on?" I ask. She pours coffee with hands that tremble slightly. "The lawyer said Ethan changed his will 3 months ago." 3 months, Kristen. Right around the time she trails off, staring into her coffee cup. Around the time he what? Around the time he started asking questions about you, about why you never visited, why you never called anymore. I told him you'd gotten busy with your own life, that you didn't really want to be bothered with us anymore. The lie sits between us like a physical thing. I feel anger rising in my chest, but something in her expression makes me hold back. Apparently, he didn't believe me. The lawyer said Ethan hired a private investigator. My coffee cup freezes halfway to my lips. A what? A private investigator. To look into what happened between you two, to find out why you'd suddenly stopped trying to have a relationship with him. I set my cup down carefully. And what did this investigator find? Lily's face crumples. Phone records, documentation of every plan, every changed invitation, every excuse I made to keep you away. Text messages I sent from Ethan's phone when he was at work, telling you he was too busy to see you. Emails I intercepted and deleted before he could see them. The room seems to tilt around me. "You sent messages pretending to be Ethan?" "Only a few times," she says quickly, as if that makes it better. "And only when I knew he was overwhelmed with work, when seeing you would have been stressful for him. I was protecting him from his own mother." I stare at her. This woman who'd systematically stolen my son from me. I try to find words for the rage building inside me. "So, you decided to fix that by lying to both of us. I thought if you had some distance, you'd both be happier. I thought Ethan would focus more on our marriage, on building a life with me, and I thought you'd find your own life, your own interests. Did it work?" I ask quietly. She looks down at her hands. "For a while, Ethan stopped mentioning you so much. We had a good marriage, Kristen. We were happy until 3 months ago." "Until 3 months ago, I agree. Something changed. He started bringing you up again, asking why you never called anymore, why you seemed so distant. I kept telling him you were fine, that you told me you were happy we were giving you space, but he didn't believe me. He said you used to call him every week. He said you used to remember every birthday, every anniversary, every small thing that mattered to him. And then suddenly, nothing." I feel tears starting to form. My son had known. Somehow he'd known that something was wrong. So, he hired an investigator.
Yes.
And apparently what they found, she gestures helplessly at the papers scattered across the counter. It was enough to make him change his will. The lawyer said he left everything to you, Kristen. The house, his savings, his life insurance, everything. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. Everything. "There's a letter," she says quietly. "The lawyer has it. Something Ethan wrote to go along with the will. I don't know what it says, but..." She looks up at me, and her eyes are red-rimmed. I think he found out everything I did, and I think he was planning to leave me. The silence stretches between us. Outside, a neighbor is mowing their lawn. The sound is bizarrely normal in the middle of this revelation that's reshaping everything I thought I knew about my son's last months. The investigator's report recommended. It said there was clear evidence that your relationship with Ethan had been sabotaged by a third party, by me. She stands up abruptly, pacing to the window. I never meant for it to go this far, Kristen. I never meant to keep you from him completely. I wanted to be first in his life for once. And now he's gone, and you've lost everything. She turns to face me, tears streaming down her face. I've lost everything that matters. And the worst part is, I think he knew. I think he knew what I'd done. And he died thinking I was a monster. Maybe he had. Maybe in those final months, my son had finally seen through the web of lies his wife had built around us. Maybe he'd been planning to come home to me, to rebuild what we'd lost. But I'll never know for sure. That opportunity died with him. I need to see that lawyer, I say, standing up. And I need to read whatever letter Ethan left. Lily nods miserably. His name is David Thompson. His office is on Main Street. He's expecting you tomorrow at 10. As I walk toward the door, she calls after me. Kristen, what are you going to do about the house? I mean, about everything. I turn back to look at her. This woman who'd robbed me of years with my son, who'd twisted lies into truth until neither Ethan nor I knew what was real anymore. I don't know yet, I say honestly, but I'm going to find out exactly what my son wanted me to know. The door clicks shut behind me, and for the first time in 7 days, I have somewhere I need to be.
2 places, actually.
Riverside Cemetery to finally say goodbye, and a lawyer's office to discover what my son had left for me beyond money and property. I have a feeling Ethan's letter is going to change everything.